rich boy, I think in the movie he's played by Ryan Philippe, I think, is arrested for brutally beating a woman. Haller has his first high-paying and seemingly innocent client in years. But then the case starts to fall apart and the suspect isn't quite who he seems. Haller, who's this guy? Haller quickly discovers that when you swim with the sharks, it's easy to wind up as prey. That's the Lincoln lawyer. The Lincoln lawyer. The second one's a bit of a random one. I was just trying to sort of grab a variety of books. So this is the AA Essentials Guide to Rio de Janeiro, which is one of the most famous cities in Brazil. One of the most famous cities in the world, you could argue. $5.99. I think now it'd be at least a tenner for this. I got this in 2013, I think. Yeah, 2013. So, obviously it has sort of like tips about where to go and what to do and where to eat and where to stay and all that malarkey. But it also has some maps as well. I don't know how sort of useful they'd be for when you're there, but this was, well, iPhones were definitely a thing. I don't think you had data like you do now as easily. So like if you're in a foreign country, I'm trying to calm the dog down. If you're in a foreign country, I think you can't really use maps, or you couldn't use maps back then. So the maps in this probably were actually quite useful. I can't remember using them, but so that's like Rio from afar. You can see Casablanca there. No, my finger's nowhere near it. My finger won't bend there, but Copacabana's in the blue bit. And then Ipanema is the like purpley pink bit at the bottom. Ipanema is where we stayed. Our hostel was in Ipanema. Good boy. And we also went to up north. Sorry for the dog. Teddy. We also went up north to somewhere called Lapa, but I don't think it'll be on that map. If you open it up, I think that's the north. So like I said, I've not read this, so I don't know what the significance of this fox is. But I picked it for our book club at work. So I am about to read it. I want to read it before I see the movie. That stars Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren, amongst others, but I can't think of who else is in it. I think the movie's not very good, but I do like, if I've read a book, I always enjoy watching the movie afterwards. So I thought, read the book, and then maybe it'll be like a whiny Friday night movie. I bought this book from Amazon. I think it was £6. But when it came, I was quite surprised to find not these foxes. Here, there's a sticker for Oxfam. For £2.99. I paid £6, at least £5 something anyway. But somebody bought it from Oxfam for £2.99 and then sold it on Amazon. I've just chinned at the dog. So now he's probably going to come. So yeah, A Little Life is a chonky book. It's quite a slog, to be honest. It took me years to finish this. Oh my god, Daddy. Get a dog, they said. That'll be great, they said. I do love the cover on this one. It's about 4 friends in New York City. And it, like I say, it's a slog. It's an amazing book, but it's very, very, very difficult. I mean, it's difficult in that what happens is, like, it's basically a book about trauma. But it's a very celebrated book. And Orpheus child play. I would love to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. That might actually be something to plan for 2026. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but usually I've got some sort of noise on, like ASMR on the TV. That is usually what's on. If I'm not watching it, like if I'm working here, there'll always be ASMR in the background, so it's never silent, you know what I mean? So the fact that I'm filming these videos in silence, the dog is super aware of all the noises outside, which is why he's like ready to pounce. I hope he's not been too distracting. This last book is called Orpheus Builds a Girl. It's by an author called Heather Parry. Heather Parry. She's also got a book called Carry On Grow, which I've got on my shelf. It's a very, Heather is a very gothic storyteller. The cover is really cool, as you can see. Orpheus builds a girl. So that is the last book for this video, but there'll be another video, a lo-fi video as well today. I hope the dog hasn't been too distracting, or me. I realise I forgot something. The calendar. And I won't, or I'm going to try and not to make the nasty noises I made with it yesterday when I opened it. I just wanted to acknowledge that it's day 2, and I just filmed this for you, mate. I turned airplane mode off on my phone, then filmed this when I realised I forgot. But if airplane mode isn't on, the mic picks up the data waves and it starts making horrible noises. So I did find it before. It's here, log number 2. Number two. And I realised it's much easier than I thought yesterday to open it. You don't have to hack away at it to open it. You just push this little bit in, and then I think the door will just slide open. But I'm going to lean back so it's not as loud. Oh wow. There's a bear. That's a lot better than yesterday's. Yay, a lint bear. I mean, is there any better chocolate than lint? for after dinner tonight. Okay, so I've unplugged the headphones by accident, but I assume you can still hear me. So I'm going to say again, bye, and I'll see you later.